Hello, all you wonderful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Underground Let's Build. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I was like, what is this Let's Build? Are we playing? Is this the Jungle Let's Build? No, that was years ago. This is the Underground Let's Build. So last episode, you guys really did respond well to this awesome pyramid. I got a couple comments on it. Some people liked it. Some people Some people didn't like it. You know what? And this is the first episode. I hooked up my other laptop. I'm going to read some comments. So I asked you guys to give me a story. And a lot of you gave me some really cool stories. I'm going to rename them off. GamerZ Central 1322. I see you commenting like every day. And you gave me an awesome story for this thing. If you want to see it, go check out the comments of the last video. And they're really, really cool. And they give a lot of life and history to the place, which I really, really love. Dr. Redstone was writing a cool story, but then his PC crashed. That's okay. At least, you know, I love the enthusiasm. I love the fact that you guys, you know, you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this. You know, face adversary. PC crashing. You know what? That's okay. It's okay that your PC crashed. You know what? I knew that you wanted to do it, so you get kudos too. What else? I got a mention. That's Aztec, not Mayan. I want you to go on Google Images right now. Look up Aztec Pyramid, and then look up Mayan Pyramid. You get the same exact pictures. The same exact ones. So I don't care. It's Mayan Aztec. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, Kenneth Danny TV 16 also wrote me a wonderful story. These are all great. They're all wonderful. Got some, let me take some water from my throat. Got some comments on decorating the place. Someone said, Bailey Miles, you could put jungle leaves on the ceiling of the cave and vines to get rid of the messy blocks from the TNT. That is a good idea. But I know that I do want to at least clean it up a bit more. So rather than covering it up, we can actually physically clean it up. But yes, I do get the idea that, you know, there's a lot of mess here. And it's kind of not too pretty to look at. So, I don't know, maybe we will incorporate some of that stuff. So right now, I'm at a loss. I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm trying to get inspired. I'm trying to soak up all of the information that's coming at me through my eyelids and then into my brain, and my brain perceives it and flips it upside down and then perceives it as Minecraft building. Trying to look at it. And maybe we can go back to some places that we haven't, you know, been paying too much attention to, such as this little area that we said we would work on. And I guess, you know, that's something we have to do. We can always start new projects, but maybe there are old projects that need to have some love as well. So let's take a look at the design of this place. That's kind of weird. Like, you see how it kind of comes in here. This area is cool, but then it's not cool because it's, like, not connected. This area is flat while this area is elevated. That is a very, you know, distinct feature of this area. And I don't know which one I should listen to. Should I make this flat or should I make it elevated? I'm not entirely sure. But I know that at some point we have to at least have it be this level. So maybe if we choose to have it elevated, we can at least have the stairwell like right here. So we at least have it down here. And we can go in here and see what else is to be found in terms of adventure and wondrous things. So this is directly underneath this area right here. That's really cool. I have no idea what to do with it at all, but maybe we can start incorporating it. Maybe we can do something. So let's take a look at what we have. What can be accomplished? I'm thinking like a little bridge, because this needs a little place too. I don't think I'm gonna be deviating this area, but maybe we can have a big walkway, because this has a walkway. All right, can I get to the other side somehow? Maybe around here. Wouldn't that be cool? So let's see what we can do. So if I go past here, we start to take a look at the internals of the waterfall right here. And it's really cool to look at from this side. This is also a platform that we made a couple episodes ago. I know a lot of it's not complete. I know, leave me alone. You guys really don't complain much because there's just so much to do. Oh, I got a burp. So this is flat waterfall. So this is the wall right here. So we have to dig underneath that if we want to get to the other side. So let's do that. So we have to go around this thing right here. We have to at least be behind here. So that's not destroying it. So this is 3 blocks wide. Let's get ourselves a torch. We go in one more block, and then to the left one block, and then here we are on this side. And this is interesting. Let's take a look at what we can accomplish here. So this is the other side, pretty much. Now, we totally could have a bridge. That could work too. But we can also, you know, let's take a look at what we have. So this, if we were to have a bridge, maybe go around, it would go over here on top of the water, because we can't have that be interrupted. Oh, my PC's running out of battery. My other one, this was my comment reading one. We already read the comments, so I'm going to say goodbye to you. And, all right, let's take a look. My throat is still a little bit itchy because I've been sick for a couple days, unfortunately, which is why we didn't have a video for a week, which is very sad. I was very disappointed that I couldn't get one See, I'm still kind of sick. My throat is dry and I'm having trouble, like, speaking. You know what thing you do with your mouth when it's like, and you make noise, but then people understand what you're saying? Yeah, I was having trouble doing that, which happens to be my job. And when I can't do that, I can't make quality content for you guys. So I decided to let my voice rest. I literally did not talk to anyone for like a week. Still can't talk to anyone for a week. I don't even know. I'm not all the way healed yet. But you know what? We got videos to make, and this is more important than me taking a vacation. So I don't know how high I want this platform to go. I don't know what I want to do with this platform. Maybe I can have it be an overseer, because we already have a platform right here. But maybe we can incorporate it. I don't know. Platforms everywhere. We need some three-dimensional, you know, world building right now. So I don't know how we want to go about it. Maybe I'll just kind of have that 3-block. Then this sticks out, and then we can have something like that. And then kind of goes like this, and then it connects over here. But then it comes out like this. So we have at least 3 dimensions of stuff. Right? Isn't that cool? Let's roll with that. So let's see if that's something we actually want to use. It looks kind of weird. Just to be honest, it looks kind of weird. I don't know. You'd be able to walk around here. It's more of like a, I don't know. I don't know what purpose this suits. Because everything needs a purpose for it to be like, you know, a thing in the build. I'm not going to just randomly place blocks. Yet again, that's what I've been doing for the past like 3 weeks, so I don't even care. We haven't randomly placing blocks for way too long. That's like my entire channel. Randomly place blocks until it looks good. So I guess I can't complain. So let's take a look. What can we do? How can we make this work? How do we give this a story? How do we give this random platform a story? What am I talking about? I should be burned at the stake. I honestly do not know what I'm doing. So let's do this. Let's place random blocks and then give a story afterwards. So how do we take a look at this? How do we perceive this? How does this platform come to be? What is its purpose? Now, we know that it connects to this waterfront. Maybe it can be an overseer, you know, on a sub-level, because you can't really see anything up here. You actually see more stuff than you see here. So, who knows what I'm doing? Maybe we can make something in line. Maybe we just, like, recreate what's already here. So if I was to do this, I was to flip this up and recreate the platform that is right below us, as you see here. And maybe recreate that, right? That means I would have to do something like here. Excuse me, phone. Oh, hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. That was FancyBluPants. Always say hi to your parents. You always gotta let them know that you care. So even if I'm making a video, I'm gonna say hi to my mommy. Because that's what you do. Don't be a butthole. Don't be like, no, Mom, I'm playing Minecraft. I can't talk. So, always say hi. You never know when it'll be your last time. So anyway, let's continue with this build. Fancy just got real for a second. Oh, dang. Let's top these little bits off. All right, because that's a really cool feature that we had on the other one. All right, we had it look like that. Now this is kind of incorporated on the side. It's more in line rather than kind of like connected. So I don't know how I want to do this. I don't know what it's supposed to look like per se. But it does look cool. Right? But I do get comments every day. Try to get more, you know, other things that aren't just wood. Try to incorporate other things. And maybe I will try that today. I don't know. Because it's so difficult. It is difficult to incorporate all the other colors. Because the textures of Minecraft are very minimal. Like, it's hard to even think about doing anything like that. Like, I could do that, maybe, but it's plain. It's just a straight block. So maybe what I'll do is I'll get maybe some cobblestone. and I will place it underneath here. But that looks stupid. That looks really, really dumb. So why would I want to do that? But it doesn't look dumb for a little bit, and all that wood looks great. And I don't know how to incorporate anything that isn't wood. I'm sorry. It's not what I do. I can't. I don't know. I look at this, I see like, okay, I could put a pumpkin maybe. I don't know. We have these greens, but these greens don't even go well. We got like a new oranges and stuff like that, but it really just doesn't fit. So I don't know how to incorporate, guys. Let me know if you have a better idea. Like, I'll listen. But I don't, what do you want? You say less wood, but what do you want me to replace it with? What could possibly be better? What fits the theme of this medieval kind of oriented build? If you know, let me know, because I don't know what I'm doing. So I just do what I know best, and I know how to place oak logs. It's really easy, but it looks really nice. And I know that this looks kind of oaky. It's really oaky, like fantastically oak-like. And you know what? That's all I know. So let me know in the comments below. How do I make this better? Oh, I did this. This is cool. But this side's difficult. I don't know. So, you tell me. I'm building your stuff. So let's take a look at this. So let's break this out. Let's fix this up. Let's do something right here. So this is the platform, right? So we need something like that. We need to come down, and we need to kind of like show a bit of like tiered building. So that's cool right there. Maybe we can have something like that. Maybe. No. Okay, fine. I won't have it. I guess you guys don't like it. I don't even know. Something I do. I call it tiered building. I don't know. It's kind of tough to explain. If I could show you really quickly. I mean, you see it all the time. It's just I don't call it anything. So what that is let me find a spot that I can make it on. Maybe just incorporate it into the build. I don't know. Actually, there's no spot for me to do it. I'll just show you right here. Basically, you see this log? You can't have logs straight together. What I can do, though, to make this look flat, is I can place this log right on top of it. And this was like this. You can't have logs straight together, so I put a sideways log. So it's a little bit bigger, kind of goes out more. It's about zero contact. So diagonal surfaces in 3 dimensions. So nothing's really flat here. And that's how I get that excessive depth. It's because nothing's ever like flat. This is actually a stretch right here. This hurts me right now. Having this log right next to the oak and the stone. Normally I tier it. I have zero contact. So that means that this wall right here, when it reaches this point, there's no matter because it's a vertice. Right here, if I was to break this out, these walls theoretically aren't even touching. They're infinitely pointed, and nothing is flat. I have that here. I mean, with the window, it's tiered. This is tiered. People call it depth, but there's a reason why it looks that way. Because, and that's just a property of it. And it's tiered. Like, see this part? This part isn't exactly flat. It sticks out. So it gives it that depth. I don't know. Like, this roof isn't tiered because it's flat. But it's tiered against this surface. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's very specific. Don't call me out. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to make this interesting. We're going to take this off, right? I did this on a castle fairly recently. So I placed cobblestone walls, right? And I placed cobblestone walls here. And I made them approach each other using spruce fences. So we place them right here. It looks like it kind of like is fat on the bottom and then it gets progressively skinny. And that's a really cool effect. So let's do that. Let's apply that effect to our build, replacing the old design. That's pretty cool. It makes the bottom, it makes it look skinnier in the middle. And I really like that idea. I use that a lot in castles. I use it a lot in other houses that I've done before. Other tutorials, if you're paying attention. Oh my god, my throat is like super. There we go. Oh my god. See, I've been sick. It's really bad. This is why I haven't been able to record anything. Because my throat has been just like this. It's like it gets all stuffy and then it's just, it's just gross. And then I'm trying to record a video, but it just doesn't work with me. So another thing I'll do is, one thing I want to do is separate, or actually try and if I have a big stretch of a pillar, I try to merge it with detail. So see how there's 5 blocks of nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a detail. I'm going to apply an undercut and an overcut. And I usually use this for windows. And I'll do that on the same. So now, like for example, if I was to place like fences all the way up, it would look too repetitive. But if I undercut it, I decrease the amount of space, add detail. And now I'm able to actually like place like some vines, or maybe even place something like that. And that really does help. So I'm pretty much filling in the lack of detail by pretending that I'm good at building. Pretty much what I'm doing. I might put a cobblestone wall right there. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. So I do this a lot in castle towers. A castle tower, like see this? That looks really bare. And I need to fill up that space. Like I could tier it, but it's so tall that, you know, putting in just like a random fence would look really, really plain. So what I do is I tier it with floors. So these towers now look a lot more detailed, but they make sense and it's not messy. Placing like buttons and fences everywhere is one way to add depth and detail, but it's another way to make it look cluttered. So the way I do it is I add floors. And having floors, I have things stick out. And now it looks a lot more detailed than it did before. It's not flat anymore. It's dynamic. And it has a lot more life to it. Like this is a platform now. It's not just a tower. I'm actually going to use stairs right here because from the bottom it will look really nice. So I'm trying to teach you guys a little bit of something about building. All right, so let's take a look. If I was to just kind of go like this, it would look pretty cool. That's good. Adds a little detail. So that's what I do with all my builds. That's what I look for, and I try to space things out. Not space them out. I try to clump things together so they, you know, have a bit more depth. I'm going to use half slabs. Half slabs make great arcs, like really nice arcs without being messy, because they resemble a more, you know, they resemble better arcs than stairs do. Now what your brain perceives is a nice little arc right here. Before it was really sharp. It was a sharp turn and then a flat portion. So right now, when I look at this, it goes around like this, but then it goes out and then in and then flat and then in, and like I don't like that. What this does, it's a much gradual arc. Best case scenario would be to just have like a quarter block right there, but we don't have that type of block. We have it in modded Minecraft. But the next best thing is half slabs. So now the arc is like, whoop, it kind of has a bit more gradualness to it. This one is kind of like, is really pointy. It's a 45 degree, pretty much. So I might lessen that by having it, you know, a half slab. The arc now becomes a bit more gradual. I'm not entirely sure I like the harshness of it, so we'll leave that there. But that's kind of what's going through my head every time I'm building. So I'm gonna put that same arc right here. I might remove that, so it has that arc. Now this is gonna have a smaller arc. What I might even do is just recreate this to fill in the space. Like that. And maybe I will put some stone brick behind it. So let me just do this. I probably don't want to keep that because now it's looking a bit too repetitive. So I'll maybe have a cleaner high contrast merge. So I'll have another arc right there. See, it's a gradual arc. It's not harsh. And now we can have our mossy brick. Or not our mossy brick, just maybe normal brick right now. For now. And here we go. I'm going to use those concepts I just showed you. Oh, Skype. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Ah. Who's messaging me? I'm busy. I'm recording. Hey. That's Wells Knight from StudTech. How's it going, Wells Knight? I missed you. We should record sometime. So I'm going to have cobblestone wall right there. So this looks kind of tall. So we're going to use the concept that we used before. We're going to shrink this tower. I'm going to place that right there. Now maybe we'll get a stone brick topper. And guess what? Now it's only 2 blocks tall. And you can fill that with iron bars or something. And that's so much easier and so much cleaner than having iron bars all the way up. I might even replace this with like that, because you don't need that too much detail. So I'm just gonna like do something. I don't know. I just need something right there. Maybe I'll just place that. Look at that. Beautiful. So that's some high contrast right there. Maybe, you know, you could probably get away with a 3. Ooh, but that granite's not doing it for me. I'll even have the iron right there, add some color. See, that's not bad. That looks pretty good. And we've done that using the concepts that I've showed you today. Sometimes flat is all you need because the stone already has a texture to it, so it adds detail and you have the high contrast. The contrast slowly dissipates once you start adding a lot of detail, so it's interesting to try and keep some simplicity to it. Like, I could totally go all out, make this like high pixel, or what it used to be. Take a swig of water. But I'm not going to because sometimes simple means higher contrast, which is more pleasant to the eye than just detail. But we're going to have greenery, so that kind of brings out the contrast. So I love what I've done with this part. It's really pretty. It's really cool. Maybe we can replicate something up here. So this needs to be connected. And we're going to do the same thing that we did before. It's going to be a nice open thing. So what did we do before? We had an arc. We're going to place that arc right there. We have an arc actually right there that we did a long time ago. You guys don't even remember. And this is kind of like a little, it's wider. And I'm using the tower to create that wide arc. But the wide arc doesn't actually exist. What it is just a platform that slowly gets shaped like this. So it's the actual effect, like the way it's designed, is arcs like this. It's kind of like loops for platforms. But it creates an unintentional arc by having the pillar on the side. This pillar creates that wide arc over top a skinny arc, which is then undercut by having this log right here. So now you have an outline of a smaller arc. And I think that looks really good. So now let's just recreate what we did before. You know, let's have some high contrast. High contrast stone brick against the brown. This is going to be even easier. I'm just going to like place a block right there. You could even place some color if you wanted to. Place some blue. That might look good. It does, but it really does feel out of place. I'd probably use a green. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm just going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to detail this bottom part because it looks kind of flat. So if I do that, we have that tieredness. This block no longer exists right there. So, and that kind of like, that's the depth that people talk about. And that's really cool. I'm going to put some gold behind here. That's an idea. Let's work with that. Let's put some iron bars in front of it. And as we back up, we have a really cool effect. High contrast. Looks really good. It's streamlined in between two towers. Ooh, lagging. This needs some work right here. I might actually open this up because that block doesn't need to be there. See, it's a platform. And you actually walk straight through here. This doesn't line up too much, but that's okay. So how would I make this interesting? I would add one thing a little bit right here, maybe something like that. So let's get out of here. Let's take a look at our design. It's gonna be pretty subdued. So that's, I don't want any contrast right here. I don't want high contrast. So I'm gonna use maybe a spruce half slab, and maybe that's all I need. Just like that, some low contrast, just to kind of like even it out. Even out the darkness of it. And I think that looks good. We had the darkness from the log in there, but there's actually a lot of shading behind here because that's all covered up. So you don't really need that log, but now you have functionality. So I really like what we're doing here. See how the darkness right here adds that contrast? So you don't necessarily need to have a block right there. You can use the behind block. And we can use behind here to add detail. What, you know, this is actually not going to work for me because I don't want contrast there. I want it to blend in. I don't want the back of it to shoot out in front. I want the front to be the focal point. I'm going to remove these bars. I'm going to leave it as straight logs. Just like that. And you wonder why I love logs. It's so good. It's the contrast game. I'm not trying to make it colorful. I'm just trying to make it like pop and then hide itself. This part looks like a mess. I'm going to fix that. Don't worry. Don't you worry, your little pretty heads. But it's going to get done. I feel a lot better since the last episode. I feel a lot more alive today. And I'm really glad that we can get back to recording again. You know, the stuff that I love. Last episode, maybe in Chaos Craft, I think it was. I really wasn't like mentally there. It was kind of bad. I felt bad because I really wanted to like make a video that was good. But I just wasn't there in the head. My head was just bloated. So I'm glad to be back, guys. I'm glad to make content. I'm glad you guys love the series. You know, the likes are so up. If you guys keep that up, oh my God. I wake up every day to like such lovely comments. It just brings a smile on my face. I love it, guys. I love making this build for you. You know, this build wouldn't exist without you, without your appreciation of the Ravine Lens build. So thank you all for watching. Just want to say thanks. You don't even have to leave a like. Please, you leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment some ideas. I'm going to read them off every video now because I love you guys. Stay fancy, my friends.